Hi everybody, I'm Jessie, and I just wanted to let you know that the textbook that we're using, Getting Started with Processing, we actually have access to all of the examples in the book, and we can view them right here in Processing. Now, to do this, you need to have an active internet connection, and what you do is go to your File menu and click on Examples. Now, there's all kinds of great examples in here that I very much encourage you to explore, but for today, we're going to start by clicking Add Examples, and you only have to do this once. We're just going to download it, just the first time. We're going to click on Getting Started with Processing, Second Edition, and click Install. And it just takes a second or two for it to download, and there we go. So I have a new folder here called Contributed Examples. Inside that is Getting Started with Processing, Second Edition. And inside of that, there's a folder for each chapter in the book that has some kind of code example. So for example, right now we're working on chapter 4, variables. And let's say I'm reading through the chapter and everything is making sense until I get to example 4.7. Well, instead of having to type that in, I can double click on it, I can see it right here, and I can run it. Okay, cool. That's nice. It looks just like it did in the book. It's not telling me anything new, but this is where it gets cool. I can now start to play with it and see what it does when things change and maybe see if I can make sense of what's going on in this example. So let's say I'm looking at this whole int I is less than 400, I plus 8 thing, and I don't know what it's talking about. So I'm going to change this 8 to an 18, and I'm going to run this example again. And okay, it looks like there are maybe fewer lines, but there's definitely more space between the lines. So let's say I change this entirely. Let's make that 50 so it's even bigger. Okay, yeah, that definitely puts more space between the lines, and that means that I have fewer lines there. So okay, let me take this back down to like 10, and that should put it back roughly where it was before. Okay, but now I've got this less than 400 thing. So let's say I change this to less than 100. And I'm going to run it again. Oh, okay. So now it just goes to here and then it stops, whereas before it was set to 400 and it went all the way over to here. Huh, so maybe this has something to do with that. And then this one starts at 20. Oh, and you know what else I can mess with here? I plus equals 60. Let's see what happens if I do that. Okay, wow, that's different. Sorry. Anyway, my point is you can have access to all of these examples, and then you can come in here and you can start pressing buttons and changing things and seeing what changes. And I like to do this because it helps me get a better idea of what's going on in the example. So hope this helps, and good luck with your coding.